So guys, today we're going to explain just a second lesson. We're going to explain the writing part. Then we're going, if we still have time, we're going to continue with the grammar part. Okay? What you have to do? Um, uh, I uploaded a worksheet on the application. Okay? Don't worry, you are not obliged to solve all of it. No, you can start with it on the weekend. But the writing part, the writing part in worksheet 2, please guys pay attention to me. Writing part in worksheet 2 is a graded homework. Okay? So when you go to the homework on the application, you're going to notice that when you press on the homework file, it will take you to Google Form. That's right, because you have to submit the writing homework there in Google Forms. Okay, not on the application. You just press on the homework file and it will take you to Google Form in order to do the writing and submit your answers. Please, guys, if you do not do the homework, then you're going to take 0. This is one. The due date for the writing homework is Saturday night. Saturday night, I'm going to close the responses. Reading on Flipgrid, guys, please, the reading on Flipgrid, also the due date is on Saturday. You can find the link for the Flipgrid in the notices on Saturday, okay? In the notices on Saturday. So you have reading and you have writing. Concerning the worksheet, you can start solving it whenever you want because next week we're going to correct it together. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, okay? So I hope that now the writing homework and the Flipgrid reading is clear. So guys, but what you have to do in the writing, now I'm going to explain the writing part for you. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the writing homework. Let's just wait a little bit for the others to join. Okay, just a second. Okay, so let's share the screen first with the lecture. To talk about the writing first. Let's see, Senka Sab, do you have any question? You wanted to ask something. Sen? Sen? Sen, do you have any? Sorry, I don't know what happened. Lana and Halida, let me admit them. Yeah, Halida. And okay. Okay, so let's share the screen again. Okay, Hussein Kassab, you had a question. What do you want to ask about?
Yes, can we study today on simple subject and compound subject?
Simple subject and compound subject, but we finished them long time ago in semester 1. You mean sentences, simple sentences and compound sentences?
Yes.
Tomorrow we're going to make revision for the simple sentences and compound sentences because on Friday you have a quiz. So tomorrow we're going to revise simple sentences and compound sentences. Don't worry, we're going to make revision tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Dear. So please, all of you tomorrow attend because we're going to revise a little bit for the quiz. So guys, what is our writing about this time? This time we're going to write expository or informational text. What do we mean by expository or informational text first? And under the title expository and informational text or paragraph, we have several types. Okay, first of all, let's see what we mean by expository paragraph. If you notice that most of the times when you have an expository text or in your reading book or informational text, then we find a lot of information. That's it. When we say expository paragraph or informational paragraph, we are giving information. We are giving what? Information. So we have a certain subject, a certain topic, I want to explain it or give directions or show how it happens, or I just want to tell you about it. So I'm giving you information in different ways. So when we say expository or informational paragraph, I'm giving information, but pay attention, I'm not giving my opinion. Okay? I'm not giving my opinion. When I say expository or informational, then I'm just giving information. And in order to make the information more clear for the reader and to help the reader understand it better and in an organized way, we use linking words like first, second, then to show the step or the steps or the order of information. Okay? The first type of expository paragraph that we're going to learn is the advantages and disadvantages. If you remember that in our reading lesson, are electronic devices good for us? We had two articles. One mentioned some advantages of electronic devices, and the other mentioned some disadvantages of electronic devices. And in your speaking, you chose one type of electronic devices and you talk about its advantages and its disadvantages. So now, for sure, we're going to write also about advantages and disadvantages, okay? But how to write an advantage and disadvantage paragraph? Let's see. Just let me admit على حسين. Okay. So, since Ali Hussein just attended, just let me repeat in brief that we're going to write expository paragraph or informational paragraph. The expository paragraph gives information, facts, explains a certain topic, and we find the information in a correct order. One type of expository paragraph that you're going to write this week is the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages and disadvantages. Okay, we mentioned we have a certain topic. You're going to have a certain electronic device and you're going to write about its advantages and disadvantages like you're speaking and like you're reading lesson. Okay, first of all, as you all know that in the paragraph, pay attention guys, I'm saying a paragraph, please, 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 one paragraph, not many paragraphs, one paragraph, and I'm going to show you at the end a sample paragraph. Topic sentence, details and concluding sentence. I have a topic sentence, details and a concluding sentence. Okay? طيب. In the topic sentence, what must I mention? I must mention my topic. If I'm talking about an electronic device, I have to mention the electronic device and to tell the reader that I will mention its pros and cons. Pros and cons. What do we mean by pros? Pros. No, not the highlighter. Just a second. Pros, the advantages, and cons, the disadvantages. So we have synonyms for advantages and disadvantages. We can use the words pros and cons. Okay, pros and cons. So in the topic sentence, I have to mention my subject and that I'm going to talk about its advantages and disadvantages. Now comes the turn. The turn comes to the details. What must I write in the details? The supporting sentences. What is my paragraph about? My paragraph is about the pros and cons. So what must I mention in the details? I must mention the pros and cons. So you have two ways to mention the pros and cons. Okay. First, either you mention all the advantages, then you mention all the disadvantages, or vice versa. Vice versa, I mean, you start with the disadvantages, then you move to the advantages. Okay? And it's good, it's better if you give an example on every detail you give. Okay? Yeah, for example, let's say mobile phones facilitate communication. How? Tell me how it facilitates communication. How does it make communication easier? مثلا, you can tell me, for example, if you have a cousin that lives in another country, you can call him at any time. Hey, it's an example. And pay attention, the examples are different from the details. So we count the details, but the examples are different from the details. We do not count them as details. So when I say mention, for example, two advantages or three advantages, then I want three advantages other than the examples. Okay? So in the topic sentence, I must mention the subject. I must mention the subject with the with that I'm going to tell about the advantages and disadvantages, and in the supporting sentences I have to mention these advantages and these disadvantages. Okay, at the end I have to close my paragraph. So I have to write a concluding sentence. I have to write a concluding sentence. Simply, what is the concluding sentence? Just restate the topic. Repeat the topic sentence, but in different words. Repeat the topic sentence, but in different words. Okay, guys, in different words, not the same words. So simply, the topic and the concluding sentences are similar to each other. Excuse me just for a second. Okay, so now there is something very important I have to use every time I write a paragraph. The transition signals. The transition signals are counted. They have grades and marks. Okay, so miss, when you want to list information, okay, to add points, for example, to list information in an expository paragraph, you can use some of these words like first, second, third, in the first place, to begin with, to start, furthermore, moreover, besides, okay, last, at the end, for example. Okay, now you're going to see when I display the sample paragraph at the end, you're going to understand what I mean more. So if you want to list the advantages, if you want to talk about the advantages, you can say the first advantage, the most important advantage, another advantage, an additional advantage. Okay, these words are very, very important. Very important to use them in writing because it will make your paragraph stronger and it will allow the reader to understand the information more in a better way. In order to display the disadvantages, you can use the same words but for the disadvantages. The main disadvantage, the first disadvantage, the second disadvantage, the negative effect of, for example. Okay, if you want to show opposite ideas, for example, you want to move from advantages to disadvantages or from disadvantages to advantages, you can use, for example, if you want to show examples here, you can use, for example, such as since or as. If you want to show contrast or opposite ideas, okay, you can use on the other hand, however, still, but, nevertheless, although, okay, despite. All of these words help you show contrast ideas. Okay, guys, can you hear me, guys, clearly? I able the chat. Can you hear me clearly, guys? Guys, okay, good. So now let's have this example. Please pay attention to this example a lot because it will help you in your writing. You can take ideas from it. Noise not me. There is no noise beside me. Okay, so I'm going to disable the chat again. Yalla. Let me take a student. Let me take Lamar.
Yes, miss.
Okay, Lamar, can you read, please?
Yes. Television science. It has both
Where is science?
advantages
Where
and
is science?
disadvantages.
Just a second, just a second. Where did you read television science? Start from the
Modern
title.
science.
Start from the title.
The television. Pros and cons.
Excellent. Okay. The television pros and cons. Simple and easy. It's the easiest way or the simplest way to write a title. The topic is television. And what I'm going to talk about the television pros and cons. So the simplest title you could ever give. And pay attention, the title is counted in correction. First of all, what do we have, Yalamar? What do we have?
Television.
Before,
Space.
excellent, the endant. And the endant also is counted. If you do not add an endant, then you're going to lose a grade. Continue now. Let's start with the topic sentence.
Television, TV, is a wonderful invention of modern science. It has both advantages and disadvantages.
Thank you, Lamar. Thank you. If you notice that the first two sentences introduce the topic for me. So the first two sentences can be considered as topic sentences, or if you want here not to split them into two sentences, you can add simply a semicolon. Instead of the period, you can add a semicolon. Okay, so television is a wonderful invention of modern science. You see, guys, first of all, I gave a general idea about the television. What is television? I gave just a very short sentence about television. I introduced the television. Then I introduced my main topic, the controlling idea, which is advantages and disadvantages. So, guys, please, when you want to write your paragraph, you can follow the same way that I wrote my paragraph with it. Okay, so you can, for example, just give a general idea about the topic. Now you're going to see what's the topic, what the topic is, and you can later say that it has advantages and disadvantages. Okay, continue, Lamar.
To start with, TV broadcasts the world and local news in addition to the weather
Forecast.
forecast.
Thank you, Lamar. So you see this word to start with, the transition signal, is very important. Here, this word shows me that I'm going to start by giving the information. I'm going to start to give you information. Let's see what information I gave you. TV broadcasts the word local news in addition to the weather forecasts. This is advantage or disadvantage, Lamar?
An advantage.
Advantage. Excellent. Thank you, Lamar. Thank you. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself, Lamar. Let's continue with Yusuf. Yusuf,
Yes.
continue reading, please.
I forgot from where.
Moreover, moreover,
Moreover, moreover, moreover, some
channels, channels,
channels, channels present
prevent,
coming,
present, sorry, present,
present coming, coming,
comic shows, comic
comic
shows,
shows, comic, comic shows with a moral lesson for
lesson,
children, lesson for children, or
documentaries,
doc- documentary,
documentaries,
doc- documentaries to educate,
yes, صح
educate
صح صح to
people about
up to date
to
subject.
that.
Up to date subjects. Thank you, Yusuf. So you see this word, guys, moreover, shows me that I'm going to add information. Since first I started with an advantage, then now I'm going to add another advantage. Moreover, some channels present comic shows with a moral lesson for children or documentaries to educate people about up-to-date subjects. Okay? Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you. Hassan Arauni? Hassan? Continue, please.
Yes, teacher.
Continue, please. Beside.
Besides our mother,
Yes, continue.
besides our mothers can learn to make our favorite
Dishes.
dishes by watching cooking
Episodes. Episodes.
ep-
Cooking shows on television.
episode.
Okay. So, Miss Hassan, here we said besides. So, what does it show? It shows that what we're adding an advantage or we're moving to disadvantages.
We're adding.
Adding an advantage. So we're adding here an advantage. Our mothers can learn to make our favorite dishes, okay, by watching several shows. Thank you, Hassan. Please mute yourself. Please. Zahra, Zahra Basma,
Yes,
continue, please.
by watching cooking episodes.
Mm,
Isn't this amazing?
is it?
However, television
However, this word shows me what? Similar ideas or opposite ideas?
similar.
No, Zahra, opposite. So, since I wrote now, however, this means what? that I finished from the advantages and I'm going to move to
The disadvantage.
disadvantages. Excellent. So you can use the same way. When you finish from the advantages, you can say however, or on the other hand. Continue, please. Continue.
Television has plenty of disadvantage.
Excellent. So
When
you
we
see now the writer
when we
wanted
become,
to tell us that he is moving from the advantages to the disadvantages, so he added the sentence. However, television has plenty of disadvantages. So now he's going to tell us the disadvantages. Continue, Zahra.
when we become addicted to TV, our eyes get tired.
Get
For
tired.
instance,
For instance, this
i-
means for example. So now the writer is giving us an example to support the first disadvantage. Okay? So for instance means an example. Continue, Zahra.
we could suffer from short eyesight at a young age.
A young age.
To add,
To add, Zahra, to add here shows what?
shows that there's more disadvantages.
Excellent
We want to
example.
talk
Shows that
about.
there is more disadvantage. Yalla, continue.
Students would be distracted from their studies.
Thank you,
Also,
Zahra. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Ghina and Farah who's talking with me. Ghina or Farah?
Farah.
Okay, Farah, can you continue?
Yes.
Yalla.
Also, television
Creates. Creates.
create too much noise.
So here also shows me that I'm going to continue with the disadvantages. Continue.
Yes.
Hence,
Hence here,
hence, not hensey, hence. Silent E.
hence, hence our
Mind.
minds get cluttered
Yes.
with those sounds
Mhm.
and
Even.
even
Yes. Even our ears
our ears would be hard.
hurt, would be hurt. Hence, so here we're continuing with the second disadvantage, with the third disadvantage. Sorry. Hence, our minds get cluttered because of the noise, and even our ears would be hurt. Thank you, Ya Farah. Thank you. Please mute yourself. Lana.
Miss,
Yes, Farah. Yes, Farah.
yes. The reading about what? The
You're
cell
reading.
phone?
مش pay attention. Reading or writing? You mean? Reading, you have to read your, on flip grid, you have to read your reading lesson. Our electronic device is good for us. The writing, at the end, I'm going to talk about it when we finish from this sample. Okay? Okay, Farah? Stay with me so you would know what we want.
I make it in the flip grid.
On the flip grid, yes, it's about electronic devices. Your reading lesson, page 79.
Yes, I did it.
Okay, great. You read it. Great. Great. Mute yourself, please, Farah. Lana, continue reading now.
Miss, we to end with?
Excellent. To end with. To end with shows me what?
To
Yeah.
end with
Shows me what?
the finally.
The final sentence, which is the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence. Continue. Yalla, continue.
A blessing may become a disaster if we use it wrongly. So we have to watch TV, but in an organized way.
Okay. So you see, to end shows me that I'm going to talk about, to mention the concluding sentence to finish my paragraph. We just talk, again, we repeated the topic sentence in different words. We said that a blessing might become a disaster. We mean a good thing could become a bad thing to ourselves. Okay? So if we use it in a wrong way, so we have to watch television, but in an organized way. Maybe you could give an advice in the concluding sentence. It's up to you, but you have to close your paragraph in a correct way. Okay? Guys, please. One paragraph. Thank you, Lana. One paragraph. You see, one paragraph, not separated paragraphs. One paragraph, guys. You see it? The shape, the form. It's not Arabic, it's English now. One paragraph. So let me show you now what you have to write about. Let me share with you the worksheet. It's on the application. You can find it on the application for sure. And when you go to Google Form from the homework, it will show you the writing part. Look, writing part only. Mobile phones are a type of portable device which is used for communication. The usage of the mobile phone is increasing day by day. Okay? So, fill in the organizer with two advantages and two disadvantages of mobile phones, then develop them in a well-organized paragraph on the lines below. What you have to do? You have first to write about mobile phones. I think that you all know mobile phones. Put a mobile phone in front of you and think how it helps me, how it benefits me, and how it affects negatively on me or on us. Please, guys, one more thing we have to pay attention to is that organizer. Guys, I don't want full sentences in the organizer. I want the phrases, just the ideas. Just the ideas. For example, you want to say mobile phones makes communication easier. Yes, just write makes communication easier. Makes communication easier. 3 words, you see? Okay? And down in the paragraph, you can develop your paragraph. Okay, guys, please pay attention to the organizer. Just phrases. Then down, you have to write title, topic, sentence, details, and concluding sentence. Guys, this sentence, the first sentence at the beginning, can help you. You can take like a topic sentence from it. Okay, guys, and the sample that we just explained helps you a lot. Helps you a lot. Okay, guys, is it clear? I'm going to enable the chat now. Okay. Let's see who has a question. Does any one of you have a question? Hadi? Yes, Hadi. Yeah.
Yes, we want to talk about disadvantages and the advantages of the phones,
But what did I say? What did I just read?
like the good or bad of.
Amos, what did just I say? Advantages and disadvantages of mobile phones. It's clear. Okay, Hadi?
Okay,
Oh,
this we can take on that
can take what?
that
I cannot hear you well, yeah, Miss.
minute. The paragraph that you make it, we can take from it and like to start with or this
Yes, sure.
or to add or
Sure. Yes. Ali Hussein?